crafters, it's Louise with you today, and I am sharing a 12 by 12 layout for the May kits from Kitaholic Kits, and I'm going to challenge myself a little bit for this first share of the month, and I'm actually going to use just one single kit. I'm lucky enough that each month I actually get all four of the kits, so the main kit, the mixed media, the embellishment and the pocket kit, and I wanted to actually show you the kits that I get before I unpack them, and then I'm going to just take one kit. So usually when they arrive, I pull them all out and I sort of group them into different elements. So I'll take the papers, put them together, stickers and embellishments together, mixed media together, letters and titles together, and then I will start to create using all the elements available to me. But in this case, I wanted to show you what you could actually achieve just by using one of the kits available. I know that, as scrappers, we like to keep a bit of an eye on our budget, make sure that we only buy what we need, and I wanted to show you just how much you could actually create and how easy it was to create just using the one kit. So what you're seeing here is the embellishment kit for May 2019, and I've chosen a couple of photos, and you can also see, as I mentioned earlier, there's no patterned papers. So this particular layout, the idea is that there's no paper in the background. I have to use what's available to me in the kit, and I also am not using any mixed media. So the only thing I've added to the finished layout that's not a part of this particular kit is the black pen border around the outside. So chosen my photos, and there was no real reason why I picked these particular photos. That was purely just what I had printed on my desk at the time of making this video, and I thought that they sort of matched in quite well with the elements or the theme that this month's kit features. So using the Kaisercraft Paisley Days sticker book, and then the tags all came from the Heidi Swap Journal Studio die cut shapes. So these are the elements that I'm sort of focusing on, and that's what I'm going to use to create this particular layout. So firstly, what I've done is using the sticker book, which has these strips of sticker, I've sort of created not a patterned paper background, but a little bit of a mounting area for the photo that I'm sort of going to highlight with some cardstock in behind it. So you can sort of see that we've got the one photo and it's flat against the page, and then that other one raised up off of the background stickers there, and that's just lifting that off the page. So the Give It All You've Got tag was one that I really wanted to feature quite strongly because the pictures are of Master C and he's going 10-pin bowling, so it's one of those titles where it really fits in well with the actual theme of the photos. Now, what I'm doing up in this top area is I'd sort of decided that my two photos were going to be down in the bottom left, and then this top right is where I wanted to add an area of interest. So the florals in this case were not something that I planned to use, but when I opened that sticker book and the colours sort of jumped out at me, I knew that I wanted to create that cluster area with the florals. So you can kind of see how, as I'm putting the layout together, I'm thinking about this as a patterned paper background, but it's not actually a patterned paper. As we progress, again with the sticker book, I'm using this as a title. So we've got hashtag today as the title of the page, and I did sort of think about using some of these I'm going to call them flare buttons because that's what they look like to me. I don't know what they're called. They're sort of glass. They have a funny name, but let's be real, I'm not going to remember it, so I'm just going to call them flare buttons. And I wanted to put one on the page, but I leave it off because I just can't really come up with a position that I actually want to include it on the layout. So as you can see, this is where I've brought my black pen in, and I've just doodled around the outside, nothing too technical as far as creating with this collection, but just little things I wanted to share with you of how you could actually create interest on a page. I think that the tags are not something I probably would have focused on had I actually had pattern paper for me to use, but I really like the way it's come out and how the tags give this quite interesting layered effect to the finished product of the page. The other thing that I did with this particular layout is because there was no mixed media, I kept most of it in for you to actually view. So normally I would actually stop the video and cut out all of the adhesive and the measuring and lining up and things like that, but I've left that in, and I've purely left that in because this particular layout took me about 20 minutes, so it was nice and quick and easy to put together. There was no mixed media, nothing technical in the background, and there was really no reason for me to shorten the video so that you could see the techniques. As I'm looking at this, I'm starting to think, okay, I'm almost finished. I want to leave a little bit of white space so I can't fill up too much more of this area. I'm going to stick a couple of these stars on. I'm also going to use some of the letter stickers. So I'm going to just add not so much journaling, but just a little wordlet, let's call it, to actually show what this was about. That completes this particular video. So it's my first share for the May kits. I hope that's inspired you to have a look at Kitaholic Kits, and of course to challenge yourself with the supplies available to you. I thank you so much for watching. Please, if you haven't already, make sure that you subscribe, and of course check out Kitaholic Kits.